So yesterday, I reported on a story about Poland introducing a new anti-censorship and anti-cancel culture bill in their government. Well, 24 hours later, or less than that, another country has gone to the extreme, we will say, to combat these social media sites by just turning them off, completely removing these sites from the internet where it is located. Uganda orders a social media shutdown ahead of their presidential election. This is according to Yahoo News. Uganda's communications regulator has ordered the shutdown of social media and messaging applications ahead of a highly charged election on Thursday. So this is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum that Poland has went in yesterday. While they are trying to regulate these social media companies to stop censoring people they don't agree with, Uganda has gone ahead and said, screw these social media companies, we're not even going to let them have a platform or a say in our elections. On one hand, I kind of agree with it, not going to lie, but there should be a balance between the two. They're going ahead and canceling the cancel culture. There has to be a middle ground between turning off all of these sites, which people are using as sources for news and other ways of communication more than these mainstream media shows and channels. Facebook, WhatsApp, and Twitter were down in the East African nation on Tuesday after the communications regulator ordered a social media shutdown, a complete shutdown of all these social sites. Again, I don't totally agree with it, but I understand why it is happening. An industry insider who spoke to the AFP on condition of anonymity said that the order was first communicated in nasty and aggressive phone calls to the telecommunications company on Tuesday morning. The calls made it clear the order was retaliation for Facebook deleting pro-government accounts for seeking to manipulate public debate ahead of the election. So this relates to the video I made yesterday. When Facebook becomes so big that they can influence the election by censoring things that they say is disputed or not correct or not factual, they can actually have impact on these elections. Facebook has gotten so big that it comes preloaded on some cell phones that you buy directly from a store. And if Facebook is already on your phone when you buy it, you think that these people are not just going to use Facebook for their news and influence? The people that buy these phones are incentivized to use this Facebook app for messaging and forming political and societal opinions based on what they see on there. Not every country is like America where you have 10, 20 channels for mainstream media plus social media sites. In some of these countries, they don't even have access to cable television. So when Facebook comes preloaded on these phones, they're going to use Facebook as their main source of what's going on in the world. So on one hand, I understand why a government or a country would want to ban these apps, but we just have to do a better job of regulating them. We can't just let them go about their own business, make their own rules, make their own amendments, make their own version of freedom of speech, which doesn't really exist, when they can go in and unilaterally say that something is not factual and false. Social media has been proven by many people in the scientific community to be harmful to young people's mental and emotional health. On top of that, there is a great article on mcleanhospital.org which explains The Social Dilemma, which is a great documentary on Netflix, and how social media has a reinforcing nature. Using it activates the brain's reward center by releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical. They are designed to be addictive and are associated with anxiety, depression, and even physical ailments. According to the Pew Research Center, great name, 69% of adults and 81% of teens in the US use social media. That is insane to think about. This puts a large amount of the population at an increased risk of feeling anxious, depressed, or ill. So not only is social media not good for young people's mental and emotional health, it is being used to radicalize people, and now they are publishers. They are echo chambers. So it is understandable why countries like Uganda are deleting social media. They are censoring the people that are censoring you. Are these social media sites going to actually change what they're doing? They're not. Because your attention is their commodity, is their trade, is how they make money. So are they going to stop all these practices that get people addicted to it? AKA make them less money? No. I actually see more countries going ahead and banning these social media sites like Uganda until these social media sites have to step in and say, wow, we're getting banned in whole countries. We're going to lose a lot of money if we keep doing that, if we keep on this path. Like I said, there should be a fine line, a balance to this. We shouldn't just outright ban these sites, these social platforms, but we should also not just let them go on about their business unregulated like they have been. Oh, but the only ones that are regulated are the smaller ones that don't take up the whole market. Crazy how that works, right? Just like everything in life, there is a balance. You shouldn't live on one side or the other of the extreme. You should be somewhere in the middle. The truth always lies somewhere in the middle. Have to have a middle ground. And that is the whole paradox with this, is social media promotes these extremisms. Take one side, take the other side. You have to be on this side. If you're against me, if you're not, you're against me, and I hate you. I despise you. I don't want you to be a part of this society. This social media, all these social media sites are just a microcosm of what today's overall culture is. Extremism. Nowhere in the middle. No middle ground. No compromise. Just one way think, one way or the highway. If you don't think the way I do, then I hate you. Stop this shit. Excuse me. We need to stop this way of thinking, for real. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys found some informative value in this. If you want to support me on the journey I am taking, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I plan on making videos 3 to 4 times a week. Some of it will be like this, newsworthy stuff that's not covered by the mainstream media, and spiritual information. Thank you for watching. You are appreciated. I hope you have a great rest of your day and an amazing year in 2021. Namaste.